Hey guys, I'm going to be showing you how to install the newest, most OP Fisch macro, and this is also going to cover how to fix any bugs you're having and how to actually use the macro, how the settings work, everything like that. If you've been having trouble, having issues, this video will help you, and it will show you the working V11 version. This is the best version out there currently. I have a lot to tell you guys, so please make sure to pay very close attention to what I tell you to do. Real quick, I'm going to head over to Moosewood just so that I can show you this without dying. So I'm going to go ahead and head over there really quick, just bounce through this water, and I'm going to head over to the area over here. All right, so now that we're at Moosewood, let's go ahead and get into how to install this macro. Head over to the link in the description below, and this is going to take you to my website. It's going to have the video, an old video on how to install it. This video is going to tell you a little bit more. So the very first thing you're going to need to do is go ahead and click the Download Auto Hotkey Pro. Go ahead, click on this, and then click Download, then Deprecated V1. So click Download V.V1. It has to be V.V1 or this method will not work. None of this will work if you download the wrong version. It has to be V.V1. Now, go click the Auto Hotkey Setup, open this, and a little thing will pop up on your screen that says, do you want to allow this app to make changes, an unknown publisher to make changes to your device? It's going to say auto hotkey and then whatever the version is, and then go ahead and click yes. You can't see it on my screen because OBS does not record or pick up on those kind of messages. Now, this auto hotkey setup is going to come up. You're going to want to click on Express Installation. Go ahead, click on that, and now it has completely installed. You can run auto hotkey. You do this, it's going to go ahead and open up auto hotkey's little thing. It's going to explain how everything works. You don't need this. You can just click X out on this, and then go ahead and click Exit on this. Now, the next thing you want to do, head back over to my website and scroll up till you find the download V11 version here. This is the download right here. Download Fisch Macro file. It is this download right here. Go ahead, click on this link. If anything pops up, you can just exit out. And then it's going to say Fisch Macro V11. And it should be this media file right here. And it will be an AHK file, and it will be a document in Fisch Macro V11. Go ahead, click download on this. And now that we have it downloaded, I'm going to go ahead and open it up. And it's going to have this right here. Now, if you guys have been having trouble with this macro, I'll show you guys how the settings works and all of that kind of stuff. So we have it open, and this has all of the different settings. So you can click P to start the macro. You can click O to reload the macro, and you can also click M to exit. So I'm going to try to make this as simple as possible and as easy for you guys to understand as possible. So this setting right here, the auto lower graphics true, makes it where the game will automatically lower your graphics to a lower level. That way you can AFK faster without lag and all that stuff. Auto enable camera mode is going to go ahead and turn you into camera mode, which is the mode that you need for this to work. The auto zoom in camera is going to zoom you in about halfway, something like this. That way it can detect the white on screen and then click shake. The auto zoom in camera is going to zoom in camera. I think I already said that. Auto look down is going to make sure that you're looking kind of down like this when you're doing it. And then auto blur camera is going to do the blur. Now let's go ahead and get into how this works. So the navigation key is actually, if you go to settings, it is going to be UI navigation toggle. So when I go ahead and toggle this on normally, and I throw my rod in here, and I click on the UI navigation toggle, I can actually use it to click the shake button like that, and I can catch the fish. So what this will do if you enable navigation mode, which I'll show you in a second, will do that for you and automatically click. So I'll show you that here in a second. And then we have the shake mode is on click. So now let's go ahead and get into how this works. So if we go to our files, and you go to your Fisch macro right here, and you go ahead and click on open with, and then notepad. You have to click notepad. Now, you're going to see all these different settings. So I'm going to go ahead and explain how each one works, and if your Fisch macro is not working, what to do and how to fix it. So we have our fish bar color tolerance, color range to scan for our fish bar. We have our fail safes. We have a couple of other things right here. So if your fish color tolerance bar isn't working and it's not working on your shake, try changing this setting slowly one at a time. So I'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and slowly go up and each time test and see if it's fixed it. So I would do that and change that. Now, if you still can't get the click to work, what you can do is you can change navigation or click down here. So if I want this to be navigation mode, I can go ahead and click that. And then we need to go ahead and make sure we have the right navigation toggle. So I'm going to go ahead and search navigation. So here's the navigation key right here. Now, if for some reason your guys is a different navigation key, like I showed you in the settings a second ago, you can go ahead and change that to whatever it is. But I'm going to go ahead and leave it here as is. And I'm going to click Control S and save this. Now, when I open this file up again, it's going to say shake mode navigation down there. So now if I go ahead and go into camera mode and I click E, I believe it should zoom me in and use the navigation mode instead. But this does have a lot of issues. As you guys can see, there we go. I just enabled the navigation mode. And overall, this does have a lot of issues. So I would not advise using this version. It kind of spazzes out and it's just not that good. So I would not recommend using navigation mode unless you know what you're doing. I'm going to scroll back down here and I'm going to change navigation back to click, and I'm going to save that. Now, let's get into the settings here. So you're going to want your higher brightness and higher saturation turned off. That way it will run better, the macro, if you're not in this mode exactly how I am, it's not going to work. You're also going to want to go to your settings, and you're going to want to make sure that your display settings here are exactly how mine are at 100%, just like this. Or again, this macro will not work. The next thing I want to make sure is that you're not using the Microsoft version of Roblox. See, if you click on this, this is going to open up the Microsoft version of Roblox. And this macro does not work on the Microsoft version of Roblox. You have to have the Roblox player, or it will not be able to identify that you have the game open or anything like that. Now, another thing is if the macro doesn't enable camera mode and it doesn't work, just leave the game and rejoin, and you'll be able to enable camera mode yourself manually. Another thing, if your macro is not able to catch fish at a certain size, if it's just the mini game's not working well, what you need to go ahead and do to fix that is go ahead and get a rod with more of a bar down at the bottom. Also, I forgot to mention this. You cannot use bait with this version. For whatever reason, it glitches the game out, and you just can't use bait right now. So don't use bait. It works for some people and some people it doesn't, so you can try it, but it usually doesn't. So just know that going into this, that the bait usually won't work. Another thing you want to make sure is that you have your Windows notifications turned off. So if any notifications pop up on screen, it doesn't click any of that on accident and mess up your entire macro. And a lot of questions I get about this is this bannable, and can, Fisch ban me from this game? No, these macros are completely allowed by the game. The game has an entire statement on them. You can use these macros and get in zero trouble. You will not get in trouble. Roblox will not ban you. Nothing will happen if you use these macros. They're completely safe and trusted sources. So do not worry at all about the macro working, because it will work if you followed all the steps in this video. Personally, the best place that I would recommend for macroing is either the new area or the depths. That way you can get some exalted relics. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Let me know if you have any problems with the macro. Join my Discord server linked in the description below. I do have a ton of I do answer a ton of questions on my website. If you want to go to my website, I have a lot of answers there for you guys. If you guys need any help, again, join the Discord. I'd love to help you guys out. Please make sure to leave a like on this video. I have worked pretty hard on this video, so I would appreciate if you guys left a like. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.